Here.
Here.
Smith.
Here. As a reminder, we'll be live streaming the meeting. Please join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Agenda item number 2, public participation. We have no public participation. We have no guests. Mr. Manager, do you have any notices and communication?
We do. I have a communication here I'd like to share with the Board of Education. Dear Board of Education and unit office staff, on behalf of my family, I'd like to thank you for the memorial sent onto the church in remembrance of my father, Larry Dale Maynard, who passed away recently. I just wanted to thank you all for your kindness and thoughts and prayers. So thank you very much.
Agenda item number 3, consent agenda. Did everybody have a chance to review the consent agenda already? Okay. Do I have a motion to accept the consent agenda as presented? Ms. Ludwig, do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Lynn, any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Motion by Ludwig, seconded by Lynn, to approve the consent agenda items as submitted. Lynn?
Yes.
Ludwig? Yes. Plattner?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Motion carried by roll call vote.
Mr. Manager, do we have a FOIA request?
We did. We had one that I mentioned earlier in the report, and we received a second one, which is pretty routine from the Illinois Retired Teachers Association, just asking for some information. So both of those have been responded to and taken care of.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. Agenda item number 5, OAA report. I don't think we have anybody from the association here tonight. Agenda item number 6, committee reports, strategic planning.
Okay, just wanted to let everyone know, obviously with some of the dynamics with the holidays and everything, we are on schedule for our next and final strategic planning committee session on February 23rd at 5:30 p.m. here. And that will be the completion, and we'll have a packet together for goals and so forth and presentation for the board that will be coming as well for your consideration.
Mayor, administrator reports, curriculum, Ms. Kimbrough.
Well, I've been pretty much out of my office about as much as I've been in my office the last couple of weeks. I've been a 6th grade teacher, a 3rd grade teacher, 2nd grade teacher. But the big thing, I have all the reporting due for all of the grants right in mind. So it's basically taking everything we've spent, how we spent it, who was affected by the spending, and the result of the spending. So with really 7 different ones to report and all the details, it's pretty time consuming. So that's my goal, to get that done.
Any questions from Ms. Kimbrough? Thank you. High school, Mr. Odell.
Yes, I just want to, we've had a lot of but anyway, we've had a lot of staff that have been out sick. And our staff that's been in has really done a super job filling in the holes and making sure that the kids were taken care of and that they've been stayed on their curriculum. And also, you know, custodians, the cooks, we had cooks out and didn't miss a beat. So I just want to recognize the staff on the outstanding job that they have done. The other thing I want to talk about is Mr. Lee will be recognized Saturday night during the championship game of the Marina County Conference Tournament, Marina County Tournament, for his years of service to the Principals Association and to the county tournament. So we will be honoring him with a plaque. And so if you can get out there and see that, that would be great. We were hoping that our team would be playing in that championship, but we had a little trip up last night. So hopefully we'll be in the 2nd and 3rd place game, 3rd and 4th place game. So that's all I have from the principals. I can go right on to Mr. Shelton's, if you like. He is at the game right now, getting the girls ready to go, along with Mr. Johnson from the OEA and Mrs. Marsh as well. So they're ready to go. But the one thing we wanted to mention was that we did not receive any applicants for the football coaching position that we have from internal. Okay. So we're now looking at external candidates and starting that process, and hopefully we're trying to get somebody to recommend to the board in February. I think it's important to get the kids in the weight room and get them ready, start conditioning and things for football season in the fall. So other than that, I believe that is all we have from high school.
Any questions from Mr. Earl? Thank you. Junior high, Ms. Burton.
Well, junior high has been hopping. We had seventh grade championship for county. We took that. Our eighth graders got into the championship game. They really grew. They got second place. Excited group. Our cheerleaders got third and moved on to championship with ICCA. So all that's going on. And then we've got learning too. Yay. We introduced our parents to the mental health day that the state has come up with. And at this point, we have had no takers. But we have a system ready for those people that need our support. So I'm excited that we have that for our district. I've been following our retention summer school students, and at this point, 5 of the 39 need a little more additional support. So I feel that we're very successful in what we've done. And due to the fact that all that stuff's going on, again, it comes back to staff absence. We had a lot of absences the first 2 weeks. Makes things challenging, but again, as I said, when you're surrounded by great people, things get done. We had testing, we were running 2 different schedules, and we still served kids, and that's exciting. So I truly appreciate everyone for their flexibility and perseverance, because it takes a village to raise our kids, and we do a great job here. Thank you.
Any questions, Ms. Burton? Thank you. Grade school, Ms. Lepenis.
I will also echo that we've had a ton of absences lately with both staff and students, and this has been a revolving door with people coming down ill. Everybody has stepped in to keep us going with supervising lunchrooms to covering classrooms. Michelle's been a lifesaver in that aspect. I know I'm subbing in pre-K tomorrow, so be thinking of me. But everybody really has just jumped in just so that we can make sure we stay in session. Without that, it would have been impossible. So we're very appreciative to everybody. And I just want to thank the custodians for working hard on the building over Christmas break. Everything looked great. And germ-free when we came back, but the germs are back. So, but that's it.
Any questions, Ms. Lepenis? Thank you. Ms. Acton.
All right, echo Nicole, we couldn't have made it through the week without Brenda and off. So we were down a secretary, we were down a nurse, we had 8 to 10 people out each day. So I am so thankful for the unit office and all their help stepping in. I shared with you our attendance data as well as discipline for December. We definitely saw a spike in December just because it was December and they were ready to have that break. For boys basketball, it's worked really well partnering with the junior high. We did have some late opportunities for the boys, some teams that kind of came up at the end asking for some scrimmages. Unfortunately, due to injuries, the COVID positive increases, we did decline about 3 different games. But all in all, Josh Hunsberger and Parker were really appreciative, and it worked well. I shared with you our class dojo stats for year-to-date through December. I think it's really wonderful that we have sent 9,000 messages home to families this year. It shows that the dojo app does work, and it's a great way to communicate with our families. And we have had students earn over 11,000 positive feedback points, so it's exciting to see that happen too.
Any questions, Ms. Acton? Thank you. Curriculum, Mr. Richardson.
So the only thing I really have is I'm finally starting to get the equipment in that I ordered months and months ago. So that's coming in, that's getting installed, and really the big last is the extra access points that have been needed at the grade school. So as soon as those come in, we'll be in pretty good shape.
Mr. Rich. Miss Lunt is out tonight. Maintenance custodian, Mr. Sidney.
Just a little bit, the kitchens are tore out at the high school. Pretty much the whole room's tore up. Hopefully, if things let up with us driving, I can get back on that the next couple of days. We are going to replace the ceiling tile. That's really where it's going to. We're getting ready, Michelle, I think, and some of her help's gonna help paint next week. We're hoping to get it painted, ceiling put back together, so we can start getting cabinets in. It's kind of a slow process, but we'll get through it. Otherwise, everything's going, a lot going on.
Any questions for Mr. Sidney? Thank you. Mr. Maynard.
All right, well, thank you very much. And I just wanted to start out by saying that these first 2 weeks I know have probably felt more like 6, as everybody's been working and doing a lot of different things. But I guess I would just say that the word that comes to my mind these 2 weeks has been impressive. Impressive. There isn't anybody in the district that hasn't filled a gap somewhere. There isn't anyone in this unit office that hasn't filled a gap somewhere that's beyond what they normally do, or maybe what they were even hired or intended to do. And I guess what I would say is that as superintendent, I am just so proud of the people that we have working in the school district from top to bottom in every single area of operations, whether it's custodial or kitchen or, the office staff, the secretary. I mean, across the board, the work that people have done. And someone has mentioned to me the other day, how are you guys, how are you doing? And I said, the best answer I can give you is that we're doing the best we can with what we have, where we're at today. It's really that simple. And, you've heard a lot of things from our people. Michelle has been subbing a lot. Chris has been doing some things for us down at the junior high. And every single building has just really been impressive to me how they have stepped up these 2 weeks. And I know it's been challenging. We've had a lot of adversity, but I've seen a lot of adapting and improvising and overcoming some of the adversity that all school districts are facing right now. So I just want to reach out and just tell how much I appreciate the school district and the people that are serving our kids here in the community. And I just want to let you know, to our parents, your children are in good hands. You've got some people with hearts and minds for these children, and that's what it's all about. And I'm just really thankful for that. So if you don't hear anything else tonight, please hear me on that one, because that is very, very important. As far as a normal rundown, as far as a superintendent's report, I just kind of want to mention a few things. You saw there's a lot going on. I call it the eye on education, just shifting things that take place in the state. Right now there are lawsuits that are being pursued in front of a judge in regards to things like mask mandates and so forth. And so we're all kind of waiting to see how that flows out. Those are legal things that are being fought in certain areas of the state in regards to the governor's mandate. So I'll keep you posted on that, as always, if things change. As of right now, things are still there, but we should know something within the next few days, actually, maybe a couple of weeks, depending on how slow the process goes. As far as other things in the superintendent's report, got the treasurer's report. I also do a cash flow, which I dropped into your folder just a little bit ago from December. That's just an extra tool that I like to use. You've heard me talk about it. It helps me to keep an eye on how money is flowing in and out, the expenditure reports and so forth, because obviously with the construction going on, we're pulling money from several different grants. And Michelle is managing different things for us, and her and I are communicating. Shannon's doing expenditure reports. So we just want to, as we have big expenditures, like a $500,000 bill that we pay out of a grant, we want to get that expenditure report coming back in so we get reimbursed pretty quickly and keep things as flush and healthy as possible. As far as a construction update, we meet weekly with Amoresco, with one of their engineers. John meets with them a whole lot more than that. We'll be meeting tomorrow just to kind of get an assessment of where things are at, different things we're talking about. We did receive the $50,000, what we call the free 50. $50,000 school maintenance grant, which is good, which means that in order for us to use that, the district would have to put 50 alongside it. We wrote that grant for the little bitty gym that's in the grade school. That's just pretty outdated. It's got the tile floor. It doesn't really have any padding on the walls, things of that nature. So we're working with Amoresco on that, what we can do with the $100,000 to uplift that a little bit for our kids and have a little better facility there. So obviously those are things that the board will need to approve, but I just want to let you know that that's how we wrote the grant. So that's how we would have to use it, because I really sense that was a need for our district from what I heard from you as a board. So we're working on that. And I do have a document here that I just received that has a little bit of a general layout of that. So if you'd like a copy of that, I can get you one of those before you leave today. The other thing that we're working on is, I guess, some vision down the road in light of gymnasium and practices and things like that. I'm trying to get together some different options for the board to have to consider in the future. So it's not just, me talking about it. You actually have something in front of you that shows evidence that there are some possibilities of what those would cost. Okay. And I believe I dropped that into the folder as well. So the idea is I tried to do 3 different types of models. One is kind of a bare bones with no spectators. It's really more of a practice facility. The next one's a little bit upgraded where you could get maybe, say, a couple hundred people in there if you need to. And then the third one is just is the dream. That's the full out, brand new Oakwood High School field house and that kind of thing. So I put all 3 of those in there. Those are I just tried to give some different categories with some different prices, knowing that we can flex and move anywhere in between any of those, down the road. But I just feel like it helps to see a diagram, and it helps to have a feel for what kind of cost is associated with such items. So I don't know if I'm on the right track or not with some of these things, but I'm just trying to keep things in front of you as a board so that you can let me know, hey, turn left here, turn right here, what have you, and when we get down the road. But at least we're not just sitting here talking about it. There are some things for consideration down the road once we get through this as a next phase.
One question on that. It appears that it took another level of interest with your strategic planning crew, that has a whole vast majority of people. And you've got a meeting coming up the first week of February. Do you plan on getting a straw poll maybe at that gathering?
Yeah.
To see if this fits, as well as, spending $100,000 and you look at it, it's basically padding the walls or padding the floor. Does that help fill some of these voids that the entire community feels we have?
Sure.
We don't have them yet, but with the dry closing. So it would be nice if you would, I hope you plan on sharing this with
We will do that. I really hadn't got that far thinking that through. I think that's a great suggestion. So I can have some maps ready and I can just kind of present, this, as you said, Mr. Lynn, and kind of get a feel for where the committee's at. Is that what you'd like?
Yeah, I would think it'd be a good idea because
Okay.
you got a lot of input at that meeting, more so than you
Yeah.
here.
And there was some passion there too, it's some enthusiasm in a good way. So that was nice. Yeah. Yes, sir. We will, I'll make them aware.
Sorry, Randy, for the I too want to get out of here early.
Yeah. I think that's really most of my report here. Again, just appreciation for everyone and try to answer any questions that you may have.
I do have one. What's our availability of substitute teachers right now? You mentioned that we're doing a lot of crosswork. The staff, I appreciate the staff stepping up. It is a challenging time. Please take a moment to thank your staff for the hard work they're doing, but at the same time, we're having people do additional work in addition to their normal job.
Yeah.
What is the availability of substitutes right now?
I
I'm seeing-
called 36 people from my list and the county list on Tuesday night.
And 0. Okay.
I would offer a suggestion is, I think you got a retired teachers group that used to give you a day here and there, once a week. I mean, you had several of them. Mainly because my wife's one and I'd like to get her out of the house. If maybe, if there's an opportunity to maybe pass that on to them, that you might get a day there to hear this would help.
That would be.
I think one of the challenges we have is of the, not my wife, but of some of our retired, diehard Oakwood people that have been tried and true subs for us is they're a little bit older and have a little bit more fear, especially the elementary level, because those 500 kids don't want to not hug you. So I think that they have a little bit more fear of the COVID part, which hinders it. And then some of our pretty ones are, snowbirds and head out right now during this time period. But, and then I think honestly with Vandal and some of the other schools, in such, with the teacher shortage, they snapped up all of those for the long term. And so that's really challenging. I feel like I'm probably on my phone the vast majority of the day and all night trying to secure a used car sale with these. I'll buy you coffee, whatever you need, just come be with us.
Yeah, I would think that Brenda would spend a little time there, but. Are you?
It's a crisis.
I suggested to my grandson, last night I sent him a text and I said, hey, since you graduated in December and your job doesn't start till the end of March, you can sub. And I said, you can prod, he's working a night job, and I said, you can prod Ed. His response to me was, no way.
Thanks for trying.
I said, you come to Oakwood, you know those people, you'll be all right. No way.
One of the things that we have done is recruited some of the student teachers that we've had that aren't finished with their college degree yet, but they're only going to school maybe on Tuesday and Thursday, so I've got, until I got wrong, I had somebody coming in on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for me, but the grade school had a bigger need, I understand, so, but we've tried to do some of that, let those students get some extra money in their pocket, and this is the field they want to get in, so past their student teaching, I said, hey, go get your sub license early and let's get you to work, so we're doing some of that as well.
Then Mr. Maynard did put in some, I believe, in the newsletter, and then we did post it on all of our social media of how to get your sub license and the different. We did get 2 or 3 leads off of that. I don't think we can post that enough.
Yeah, we could just keep putting that out there and reloading that. It's a different process whether you got a bachelor's degree or an associate's degree. But it's a simple process, and we're always recruiting. When we get a new application, I usually scan it, send it to the principal so they know, hey, here's one more. It's a crisis, but it's a crisis. It's not an Oakwood crisis. Boom. It's an education crisis.
And the major discussion topic is.
Yeah. Good question.
One other question. Mr. Maynard, how is testing going? Test to stay.
Sure. We, with the new test to stay, we're set up as we got into this in January, we opened this up the first week of January, and we get, Megan Zindar submits to get the materials and supplies. We get that typically on a weekly basis. I will say that this first run, I think it's been going great. The problem is with the surge, we ran out of tests, which was, didn't anticipate that. We thought we had plenty, and it was just one of those things. We hit a surge that was a little bit more intense than we thought, and we ran out. So, Megan stays in contact with our company, which is the same company we use for our teachers who test. So it's kind of nice. We're working with the same vendor for both entities. But, I would like to be able to come back maybe in February and give a little bit of a report maybe on, what it's looked like. hopefully by then we'll have our feet underneath us a little bit with the surge and kind of see how it's, I think the principals would probably verify from what I've heard that healthy kids are able to stay in school now. That's been a bonus. The problem is we got a lot more sick kids that has created a real burden on us than what we've had. I mean, gosh, we had, I think, 20 some positives yesterday. Was it 30? Yeah. So just in one day. So, I mean, and to think about that, that's just, as a teacher of that classroom, you've got your kids in your room, but you've also are serving these kids at home if they're well enough to even do something. So it's been a challenge, but maybe I'll talk to Ms. Zindars about getting some information for the board in February, if that's all right.
Here's how that was working.
Yeah.
Good.
I just wanted to add real quick, just sitting in the classroom, so not even, like you hear about this today, and in your head you kind of think one thing, but just subbing and getting a call to say, hey, I've got 4 kids that are gonna test, and we're able to come back, where before they would have just sent those 4 home, so those 4 missed 10 minutes of class versus the rest of the day to go. So in my head, that was like, to see it firsthand, I would have lost 4 kids for science, and those 4 kids were back in. So, and the kids, like, they came in with their letter, whatever, that put in their bag, and it was like a non-issue. I mean, it wasn't a discussion item, it was just like, sat down, got back to work, and I just thought this is a great idea.
When I was at Green last week, I was waiting for my to do with that. And I just really quick, just walk, and then the nurse put a little liquid on there. They wait until they see if the test comes up, and then they were all ready to go back to class. So actually, it was a pretty streamlined process, and worked really well. We just did a very good with it.
Good. Thank you. Any questions for Mr. Mayor? Perfect. Agenda item number 8, we have no old business. Agenda item number 9, we have no need to go into closed session. Agenda item number 10, consideration action. We have a couple routine action items to start with. Our agenda item 10A, recommendation designate the superintendent to prepare the budget in tentative form.
I would think that you would want me to do that, because if not, that would be a board member. We've certainly got people qualified. I would ask you to approve that tonight.
There a motion to approve the recommendation to designate the superintendent to prepare the budget in tentative form.
Second.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Motion by Ludwig, second by Parker, to designate the superintendent to prepare the tentative budget form. Ludwig? Yes. Plummer?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Lynn?
Yes.
Motion carried, roll call vote.
And item 10B, a recommendation, another routine recommendation to, for the 6-month semi-annual review of closed session meeting minutes to remain sealed.
Usually the recommendation is that we keep those to remain sealed. I would ask you to approve that this evening.
Do I have a motion to approve the recommendation for the 6-month semi-annual review of closed session meeting minutes to remain sealed?
Second.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Motion by Lynn, seconded by Ludwig, to approve keeping the closed session minutes sealed. Plummer?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Lynn?
Yes.
Ludwig?
Yes.
Motion carried, roll call vote 3.
Then item 10C, Oakwood High School, we have a recommendation to approve the employment of Amy Brandt to fill the position of yearbook advisor. She'll be on step 1 of the collective bargaining agreement.
Yeah, she is already doing a little bit of it, getting it organized. We didn't have a yearbook advisor, so we're halfway through the year. She's got a lot of catch up to do, but she is anxious to get started. She's already got some kids that are anxious to start working with her after school and get pictures, so I highly recommend that we hire her.
I have a motion to approve Ms. Brandt as an employment to fill the position of yearbook advisor.
Second.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Motion by Ludwig, seconded by Plummer, to approve Amy Brand employment as presented. Smith?
Yes.
Lynn?
Yes.
Ludwig?
Yes.
Plummer?
Yes.
Motion carried, roll call vote 4.
And item 10B, we have Oakwood High School again, recommendation to approve the hiring of Josh Hunsberger as a long-term sub for the family consumer science position during the 2nd semester.
Yeah, and Josh has already started working. He's subbed before. He's coming back to sub long-term. He's doing a great job. Filling a family consumer science position is hard to find one for a full-time position, let alone one to sub. The kids are responding to him well, had no issues, so I highly recommend that we continue him as a long-term sub for that position.
Do I have a motion to approve the recommendation to approve the hiring of Josh Hunsberger as long-term sub for the family consumer science position during the second semester?
So moved.
Second. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Motion by Lynn, seconded by Ludwig to approve Josh Hunsberger's employment as presented. Lynn?
Yes.
Ludwig?
Yes.
Plattner?
Yes.
Motion carried by roll call vote.
Agenda item 10E, Oakwood Junior High School, we have a recommendation to approve Marie Adams and Jason Adams as volleyball volunteer coaches at Oakwood Junior High School for the 2021-2022 school year.
Coach Lomax and Coach Adams appreciate Marie and Jason's knowledge of volleyball to help with that program, so I highly recommend them.
Do I have a motion to approve the recommendation to approve Marie Adams and Jason Adams as volleyball volunteer coaches at Oakwood Junior High School?
Second.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Motion by Plattner, seconded by Lynn to approve Marie Adams and Jason Adams as presented. Ludwig?
Yes.
Plattner?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Lynn?
Yes.
Motion carried by roll call vote.
Agenda item number 11, other new business. I don't think there is any, Mr. Mayor. Okay. Agenda item 12, adjourn. Do I have a motion to adjourn at 6:05 PM? Our next regular meeting will be February 16, 2022 at 5:30 PM.
So moved. Second.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Motion by Leslie, seconded by Lynn to adjourn at 6:05 PM. Plattner?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Lynn?
Yes.
Ludwig?
Yes.
Motion carried by roll call vote.
Okay.